In a world of endless information, some stories demand a closer look. The details that matter, the connections that count. From tech to politics, aviation to space travel, science to medicine, health and safety. Welcome to the YoJoe Show Podcast in Focus.
Hey, everyone, and welcome to the YoJoe Show Podcast. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Heart, speed, and lungs are working. How you doing here?
I'm awake and alive.
Episode in Focus number 8, another aviation special podcast today.
That's exciting. I know the last one was very, very well received, and I think this one is going to be phenomenal as well.
Yeah, it's a terrific event. And, you know, one of the things that we want to spend time doing is when we see things that are being done right, we want to promote them. You know, when you run a city or any government, you want to make sure that you set the constituents up for success so that the community at large has the resource it needs, attracts the right companies, you know, tech, aerospace, aviation, big players. And in order to attract these type of companies, you need to have the right workforce. So it's really important to get the younger members of our community set up right, that they have the stepping stones they need to be able to have those careers. I mean, think about it. What kid doesn't like playing with airplanes?
That's cute.
Right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, my children especially do, that's for sure.
You know, I definitely do. And how do you translate wanting to play with a toy airplane into maybe piloting an airplane or being the mechanic to repair the airplane, or maybe be a flight attendant, or to design aircraft or aircraft engines, propulsion systems? There's so many opportunities, but you know, a lot of kids, they don't know that they could succeed in doing those things. Maybe
I think they can lose the dream as they kind of grow into their teens and basically forget about it. And that's exactly the time to kind of reinvigorate that excitement and to show them that there is a real career path in designing these things. And from regular aviation comes, you know, rocket aviation, like we saw, and like we discussed a lot as well. So it's really that stepping stone, is that key point, is when you're a teenager and you're about to go to college and suddenly there's a program you can join, you can learn to be a pilot, or you can learn to be a mechanic or do something really interesting, whether it's in college or in a trade school. That's the time, that's the place to put people on the right path for a phenomenal career.
Yeah, I think it's really important to start kids young and making them actually be able to dream and believe that they can actually, you know, that they can aspire to be these things. A lot of it, I think, you know, I didn't grow up around aviation, and always had a passion for it. Didn't think it was within reach. You know, I grew up in a you know, a middle income family. Thought that
And now you own a plane. Look at that.
Yeah, I mean, look, ultimately, you know, we are involved in, you know, my other life in the aviation business, and
Amongst many other things. That's just, you're a very, very busy man.
Well, learntopilot.com was created to promote aviation and aviation careers. That was really the genesis of it, because I just felt that a lot of people weren't being given the opportunity to get all the answers, to get the straight answers. And I think that's really the hurdle. I mean, a lot of young kids may think it's just, there's no way. I'd love to be a pilot, but I can't afford it. There's just no possible way. But there are organizations that help bridge the gap. There are grants, there are scholarships, there are so many opportunities. And, you know, it's refreshing when you see a mayor who, you know, actually recognizes that and does something about it. So, you know.
Yeah, I have a friend who, when he was 15, he kind of dropped out of school. He decided regular education just wasn't for him. And instead of becoming a drug addict on the streets of LA, he decided to learn aviation. And at age 15, he started. And I think he's a commercial pilot for many years now, and he's very, very successful. So it's just amazing what it can do for many, many children, even problematic children, some would say.
So our viewers, for the most part, know I live in South Florida. And so there's the city of Miramar, Florida. It's next to a general aviation airport. And there's a lot of aviation-related industries and technology industries within Miramar. And the mayor, who's been in office for a decade, he decided 8 years ago that he needed to do something to empower his community economically and to have the right workforce. By doing that, he's empowering the kids and the parents and everybody, basically, by helping, share the opportunities that are out there. So Mayor Wayne Messam created 8 years ago an aviation expo. And now, today, we're going to be visiting the 8th annual Mayor Wayne Messam Aviation Expo. It's at a huge park. It's 100 and something acre park that has a massive amphitheater. And that amphitheater area has been converted into the Miramar International Airport. And they actually started yesterday. They
Wait,
had
into the airport or into the expo area, kind of?
it's an amphitheater at a park, but it's being
Uh-huh.
called an airport
Uh-huh.
for the event. And why is that? Why is it an international airport? Because honestly, you go there just with maybe a dream, maybe an idea, maybe a thought that you might have an interest or your kids might have an interest. But the destinations you can land at, if you have the right empowerment, are anywhere. It's like flying internationally.
Great fun.
So it makes sense to call it an international airport, the event, where it's being located at. And it's a big park. The weather's great today. And yesterday already, they had over 2,000 students come in from the Tri-County South Florida area, from Palm Beach County, Miami-Dade County, and of course, Broward County, where Miramar is located, to learn about these opportunities. And the event today is open to the public at large. Anyone can go to it. And we thought it would be important to just share this because if you live in South Florida, this is an event you should have been at or should be at today. If not, be aware. These are the kinds of things that people are putting a lot of time, effort, and money into doing in partnership with large companies. The aviation companies are represented there, the Coast Guard, Civil Air Patrol, and organizations that will help empower people to be able to get these careers. And if
There's no entrance fee, so what do you have to lose? Just go.
Absolutely. And if you don't live in South Florida, what's your mayor doing? What's your commissioner or town council doing? Maybe they can't do it on this grand scale, but they should be doing something because these kinds of events shape the future. I mean, that's really why we wanted to cover it. It shapes the future for the community. It brings economic empowerment. It brings in the right type of businesses to the community. But it starts by making sure that the workforce is there and that these people, the future leaders, the future engineers, the future mechanics, the future, airline flight attendants are actually, able to say, you know what, I could do this in my community. I don't have to travel somewhere else to go learn how to do this. We have all the resources. So because of that, we're going to be going and meeting and speaking with the mayor. Mayor Messam is going to tell us a little bit about why this is an important thing. And we know why, but we'd love to hear it in his own words. And we'll get an opportunity, as we have in the past, to go and speak with some of the people that are there and just learn about why an event like this is so important. And we're really thrilled that we're going to take the time to go. We're glad the weather's terrific. One of the joys of being here in South Florida. And we just want to remind everyone, don't discount opportunities. Don't discount some wild dream your kid might have. And you think, well, there's no way we can afford that, or there's no way we can do that. Maybe there is. And an event like this helps show that maybe there is.
I think a lot of mayors may understand or be able to speak to the value of, aviation or other similar industries in their community. But it takes a lot of courage and initiative to actually go ahead and start and create these events and have it running now for 8th year in a row. So that's very inspiring. And I think that many other mayors around the country and many other county leaders and state governors can be involved in such initiatives, because these initiatives happen nationwide. And that's the important message here, is that if you look for it, if you look around, you'll find something like this probably happening somewhere in your area. It isn't always led by the mayor, though. So that's very special in this case.
And if it's not happening, then you need to ask why not and what can we do to do something in our community. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, this mayor is actually, this isn't like a PR thing for the mayor, but it's like at the end of the day, it's quite impressive. I mean, he played football. If you look at him, he looks very athletic. He has a 5K run coming up in the spring. So he promotes health and fitness, which I think is another thing that our leaders have to promote. That's because at the end of the day, health is wealth, as they say. And if you're sick, you're not going to be able to succeed in the career. So these are the kinds of things we want to recognize when we see them being done in the community at large, anywhere. We want to say, you know what, these are the things we're impressed with. And we think people need to at least learn about them and see how the work of others might be able to empower you, your kids, your family, and other members of the community to succeed. So I think with
And
that,
of course, health is a very, very important topic that we discuss extensively on the podcast. So if you're new, welcome, and feel free to check out a lot of the other episodes that we've done. Many times we have kind of a health segment in the general episodes. I think we've done some in focuses regarding health as well. So definitely check that out if that's something that you're interested in learning and discussing, and joining the community in the comments, and just being part of and discovering more about. Joe is a brilliant mind on that topic as well, amongst many others.
yeah, we do complement each other in the things that we're passionate about. The good things, we have a lot of overlap.
Mhm.
So, health is something I think that's just very important for all of us.
That's your forte, though.
But today I'll put on my learntopilot.com hat. So some of the production work for this episode is being provided by learntopilot.com, another organization that was created to help empower people to learn about aviation and aviation careers. But the most important thing is for us to focus on the event today, to get on the road, get out there and have a great time. So we're taking everyone along with us. Come on and join the ride and come and see how an amazing event put together by a mayor and his team can literally change the community and empower the people living in it. Let's head out there.
I'm excited for Wheels Up.
Here we go. Fasten your seatbelts. Ready for takeoff.
All right, good day, beautiful people. We got YoJoe Show Podcast. It's Fiona, your favorite girl next door, and I'm with some amazing APS protection. We are here making sure the aviation engineering seminar showcase is safe today here in Miramar Amphitheater. It's been an amazing 2-day event here, and we, APS Protection, love securing and making sure Miramar is safe. Peace and love. YoJoe Podcast.
And here we are in Miramar, Florida at Mayor Wayne Messam's 8th Annual Aviation Expo. Lots of great things going on today. The weather is beautiful and there's a lot of great stuff to see. Let's go on inside.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Miramar International Airport at the amphitheater located right here at Regional Park. I'm Mayor Wayne Messam and we're here at the 8th Annual Mayor Wayne Messam Aviation Expo. This event was created to basically pull back the veil of secrecy, so to speak, of the aviation industry. The aviation industry is thriving and doing very well in the city of Miramar. There's a large employer and a big economic driver here, not just in Miramar, but throughout South Florida. So I introduced the Aviation Expo 8 years ago with an effort to inspire and to encourage the next generation on being the next generation of aviators, repair and overhaul technicians, air traffic controllers, flight attendant, aerospace engineers, you name it. Miramar High School has an amazing aviation magnet program in conjunction with Embry-Riddle. For those of you who do not know about Embry-Riddle, it's basically the Harvard of aviation and aerospace, right up the road in Central Florida. And we want kids in our community to know about all of the opportunities. So regardless if a child is hands-on and want to be a mechanic, or they're very smart and want to be an engineer, there's a place for our youth. And we want to make sure that they can get hands-on experience. So when you come to the Aviation Expo, here is what you can expect. You can expect to do flight simulators. We have a great partnership with American Airlines where we're exposing our youth about how to become a pilot right after graduating from high school if they choose. We have Broward College that has an amazing program, and while they're in high school, we want them to dual enroll and perhaps get into their air traffic control program or their repair and overhaul program. There's just so many opportunities. So by us bringing the community together with industry, not only does it plant the seed for the next generation of these aviation professionals, but it ensures that we continue to have high-paying jobs, that our city and our region continues to attract the companies that are transforming aviation. There are not enough pilots, there are not enough mechanic technicians, and we need to ensure that our children have this as an option. So we're excited to continue to bring the Mayor Wayne Messam Aviation Expo here in the city of Miramar, and on our Community Day, we opened the doors for everyone. On Friday, we had over 2,500 students from all over Broward County and even Palm Beach County and Miami-Dade being exposed to aviation. So I'm Miramar Mayor Wayne Messam. Thanks for coming out and supporting the Aviation Expo. And if you missed the 8th Annual Expo, God willing, we'll see you at the 9th.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Officer Mariner of Miramar Police Department. I'm here on the Miramar Police Department drone team. These here are our 2 drones that we have here. One's for interior, one's for exterior. They're tools that we use at the PD that allows us to make entry into buildings or into residences without putting the team or police officers or the SWAT teams in danger immediately. This one here tends to go inside buildings. We're able to spot the subject. And once spotting the subject, the SWAT team is able to locate them and hopefully extract them without any cause, without any damage. If not, we have a communicator inside the drone that we can talk to the subject and hopefully they can come out peacefully. This one here we use a lot for missing children, the elderly who have dementia, children who have lost their way. And it's a great tool to have, especially I carry these with me at nighttime. I work in the night shift and I carry these with me. And so they're able to go up a little faster than the helicopter, but once the helicopter gets there, they have way better cameras and it's easier for them to find. But we have found missing children and elderly with these drones, so it's a great tool to use for the police department. Got it? Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Lieutenant Soto and I am with the Civil Air Patrol with the Pines Miramar Composite Squadron. And we are here to tell you about the best kept secret about the Air Force, and is the cadet programs for the Civil Air Patrol. The cadet program for the Civil Air Patrol is a program for kids, for young adults, 12 to 18 years old, where we teach them leadership, aerospace, fitness, and character development. There is so much that your child or kid can learn about this. Part of the program, we are also teaching our cadets emergency services, where we qualify our cadets to help in our community. There's tons of service hours our cadets can do for our community. As you can see back here, we have cadets just teaching and working on the simulators. They are also practicing their public speaking as they are practicing right now and talking to other cadets. It's a fantastic program where aerospace is taught, rocketry, flying, orientation rides, and not just flying around and getting inside the plane, but also being able to control those planes with our pilots. So learn more about the Civil Air Patrol, and thank you.
I'm Wayman Eddy on behalf of the Latino professionals in Aerospace. We're a national networking group that supports and mentors people that are coming into aviation as well as networking within aviation. Originally started as a pilot organization, but now we have a lot of maintenance technicians, air traffic controllers, anybody really working in the aviation industry is welcome to come. Last year they did over $1 million of scholarships with sponsorship from United, American, Delta, Southwest, all the big airlines. And so here we are at Miramar Air Expo, just kind of reaching out and helping to provide scholarships for students in the community right here in South Florida.
So this is Hannah. Hannah is a therapy dog with the Fort Lauderdale Airport. What we do is we go to the terminals and we walk around, and everybody that wants to pet her is allowed to pet her. Traveling it can be a very stressful experience, so her job is to make that more doable and to have a happy memory from when you go to the airport.
Hi everybody, this is the organization of Black Aerospace Professionals. My name is Drew. This is Jaira, Oded, Marlon, Ras, and we've been around for almost 50 years, and we just help encourage minorities to get into aviation. So we have several programs throughout the year, aerospace professionals in schools, aerospace career education, and Ascension project, so students can get more information and gain their knowledge base on aviation and aviation opportunities. We also have scholarships throughout the year.
Okay, so my name is Marlon. I'm with the organization of Black Aerospace Professionals, and we are an organization that specializes in networking, mentorship, and career opportunities for young people, people of minorities. And what we do is we provide networking opportunities as well as scholarships and grants for anyone who wants to be in aviation. We want to expose anyone, especially youth, to aviation, and to let them know that there's a spot there in aviation for them. We give them the tools that they need to succeed, and let them know that they are not alone on this journey. I've been a member for about 10 years right now. I love what I do. I love volunteering for the community. And I wouldn't be where I am without them.
I'm going to share a little bit about the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard is basically an ecosystem. Our main mission is to save lives. We do law enforcement as well, and basically every asset that we have in the Coast Guard all works together to support those missions. Aviation is obviously a big part of that. In aviation, what we do is regarding search and rescue. If a vessel is overturned at sea or is taking on water, we will send our aviation assets out and we'll hoist them up. And we'll pull them into the helicopter and save them from whatever situation that they're in. This is we're like basically angels to them at this point. I don't say that to brag, I say that just from hearing people say that. Whenever you're stuck on a vessel that's overturned and you're just on this capsized vessel overnight and you finally see this helicopter flying in, I've heard it's a very happy feeling, and I can see why. And like I said, we're an ecosystem, so if you're not interested in aviation, maybe you'll be interested in our nautical side. We have boats, we have intelligence jobs, we have mechanical jobs, we have basically everything. And when you get out of the Coast Guard, we'll pay for your bachelor's degree. So there's some great benefits. There's a lot more to that, but I don't want to take all your time.
Howdy. So he got pretty much all the Coast Guard stuff, so I'll talk about mainly about a little bit about the program I'm in. It's called C-Spot. Essentially, it's a college scholarship that the last 2 years of college the Coast Guard will pay for, and while you're in college, your focus is the degree, but you gain hands-on experience through 4 hours a week of work, and also during the breaks going over to an operational unit to serve throughout the break. Like summer break, I can go to a cutter or a base or a sector and say, hey, I want to learn about cyber or aviation or boats, and they'll put me there to learn with actual active duty members currently doing the mission at the time. Once I'm done, I go to officer candidate school, I become an officer, and then I'm sent off to the fleet to serve with the rest of the wonderful fleet.
So I'm part of the Coast Guard Auxiliary. That is the volunteer and civilian department of the Coast Guard that helps these guys with everything except military and law enforcement. I do a whole bunch of stuff. The auxiliary does a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes I do vessel examinations. Sometimes I'm over here helping these guys out with recruiting. I'm trying to see, they sometimes have boats coming out. Sometimes they have information on them. It's really cool stuff. I'm part of a program called the Ox Scouts. So the Sea Scouts are part of the Boy Scouts. And once you enter there, you can enter the auxiliary pretty young, like 16, 17. You can get in really young. And that's a great way to start learning about the Coast Guard, their culture, their customs, their structure, everything, their mission. It's a great way to get a hands-on experience if you're really interested in the Coast Guard. And I've loved my time here, and I love when I go to the Coast Guard Academy. That's where I'm applying to. That's my main college. It's a great source to get a free education. Everything is free. But that's a great way to commission too. So I can't wait to get my acceptance.
I got into a hobby about 15 years ago. Actually, it was my daughter got me in a hobby. She asked me what I wanted for my birthday. So for my birthday, I told her I wanted an RC plane because I never had one when I was a kid. And she bought me one. She bought me my first RC plane. And 15 years later, you see what I'm flying now. I think this is a great hobby. It gets you out of the house. It gets you in the fresh air. I brought my grandson out here. I bring him with me whenever I can. And we get out and try to fly as often as we can. It's a great hobby. It's a clean hobby. It promotes kids learning a lot about all things aeronautical. So if you can, go join a club. Go join a club, join AMA and then a club, and then you can experience the hobby the right way.
We hope you found our In Focus segment informative. For more content, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.